One of the most prized Pokemon in Pokemon GO is coming to raid battles this weekend for you guys. This is going to be the Shadow Mewtwo that does have the shiny form. So yes, shiny Shadow Mewtwo will be making its way into raids this weekend for the second time in Pokemon GO. So if you guys have been waiting for it, now is the time to take full advantage. So let's get on to the details in this video. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Are you guys excited about raiding for the Shadow Mewtwo? Because this is the weekend to do so. Not only is this Pokemon extremely cool, extremely nice looking with the shiny Shadow form, it is also one of the strongest Pokemon in the game, which makes it very desirable. And before we get into this video, guys, just want to put a quick mention that this camo hoodie is going to be in my shop this week, all the way until Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you guys do want it, you can use code Mewtwo at checkout for $10 off the hoodie. And it also have the black variant, which is the first time I've ever released it. And additionally, we brought back the mint hoodie, we have a crew neck sweatshirt, and we have a couple other products that have made their way back, including a varsity jacket with just a few sizes left. And I just want to mention, if you guys do buy a hoodie and another item, even if it's a discounted item, because all of my old stuff is 50% off at checkout, and with using code Mewtwo, you will get something free included with your order, including a sticker, could be a throwback shirt, or even a hoodie. So now's the time to order. The raid battles are going down Saturday, March 30th at 6 a.m. all the way until the 31st when raids end, which is approximately, they say 10 p.m., but in reality, they're probably ending around 9:15, 9:30 really at the latest. So you guys are gonna have to stay focused here. This Mewtwo is going to be a all psychic type Pokemon. It has an attack value of 300, so it's one of the strongest attacks in the game. But not only that, guys, this one is a shadow form, so it's gonna make it even stronger and it's gonna hit even harder. And not only that, guys, you are going to need purified gems to be able to take this Pokemon down the fastest. Unless you have parties of like 12 and up where you don't even need to worry about the gems, more than likely you are going to need the gems. So this Pokemon is going to be weak to three things, which is going to be Bug, Dark, and Ghost. Dark and Ghost are going to be the categories that we do focus on the most. As far as its moves, it's going to have fast attacks of Confusion as well as Psycho Cut. Confusion will hit a little bit harder, and then as far as its charged attacks, it's going to be able to get Psychic. It will also be able to get a myriad of different moves, which include Focus Blast, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, pretty cool. Also Ice Beam, which is going to hit relatively hard. And then it has a few legacy moves, which will not be seen when you are fighting against it in battles, which are going to include Hyper Beam, Shadow Ball, as well as Psy Strike, which is the premier psychic type move. So if you do get a good Shadow Mewtwo, you're going to want to put Psy Strike on that Pokemon, and it's going to require an elite TM. And as far as the IVs for this Pokemon, under every condition but windy condition, is going to be 2387. And then in the windy condition, it's going to boost it all the way to level 25 at 2984. And guys, if you do want to see my Mewtwo playlist, man, I have had some epic Mewtwo encounters, including a Hundo and a Shundo Shadow Mewtwo in the exact same weekend. Hundo day 1, Shundo day 2. Check out this playlist up here. Man, I can still not believe that I have those Pokemon sitting in my bag maxed out right now. But let's continue on. As far as how many trainers to take this down, according to Pokebattler, it's going to be 3.24 trainers at level 40 counters. So you should be able to take it down with 3 trainers at level 50 counters. But just as a reminder, guys, it's going to waste a lot of purified gems, because if you don't subdue this Pokemon, it's going to be very, very challenging to be able to go after, number 1. Number 2, man, it's just not as fun to be able to take it down with that many people. While the challenge is fun, going after multiple raids like this is going to get fatiguing. It's going to use up a lot of revives and a lot of potions to be able to make sure you maintain it, which now is going to lead us into the counters. Okay, so first and foremost, we need to talk about Mega Pokemon. You want to use a Psychic type Pokemon to optimize the XL candy coming from this Pokemon. The Psychic Pokemon that are out are going to be Mega Latios and Mega Latios. We have Alakazam, we also have Slowbro, and then you can also use the Rayquaza, and we also have Mega Medicham and Mega Gardevoir. So the one thing about using Mega Gardevoir is that it also does get Shadow Ball, so you can multi-purpose this Pokemon as an attacker. Is it the strongest Mega that we're going to be recommended for to go against Shadow Mewtwo? No, but having something that does have an attack and is not just a placeholder is appropriate in this situation, so that would be my recommendation for you guys. But now let's start with the top counters. In counter spot number 1, no surprise here, Mega Tyranitar with Bite and Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing is a newer move. We did do a video on that if you want to see that Tyranitar with Brutal Swing. It does not require any TMs. However, the one thing I'm going to talk about here is the Tyranitar if you do have it with Smackdown. Yes, you do want some dark ones, but you also want some rock ones as well. So you're going to have to maybe make sure not to TM away Smackdown, because that is going to require an elite TM to get back to it, and make sure you know what you're doing in this situation. If you do have Smackdown, you don't want to TM it away, just put on Brutal Swing and you can still use this Pokemon. In spot number 2, we have the Shadow Tyranitar with Bite and Brutal Swing as well. Same scenario goes with Smackdown for this specific Pokemon. In spot number 3, we have Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball on the Mega Gengar. The only thing about the Mega Gengar is it is going to be weak to Psychic, so Confusion will hit it relatively hard, and this Pokemon is a little bit glassy, so that makes it a little bit of a challenge. Alright guys, Mewtwo's coming in. Make sure you got your stamina up because we do not want to miss out on any of these raids this weekend. You also might want to consider going after these raids in cars because more than likely they're going to be a little bit rare. Using Campfire, it has been updated. You go into Campfire, you click into the raids, and you can see a much bigger view of your area and find out where those Mewtwo raids are. So if you open Campfire, you go ahead and click map, it's going to take you over here, and then you can click raids, guys. The raids will only populate all the raids in the area, so you can zoom out actually quite a bit now and see all of the raids in the area, and this is going to help you target the Shadow Mewtwo raids. Is all you're going to have to do is look for a legendary raid egg that does have the shadow around it, and all of those will be Mewtwo. So while, yes, it is going to be Mewtwo all weekend, they are not going to be at every gym. It is not going to be a raid day, so you're actually going to have to drive around or just be patient and do a lot less in your walking vicinity. And as far as counter spot number 4, we have Mega Bayonet with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball. Obviously, I would prefer the Mega Gengar over this one as it does more damage. In spot number 5, we have Hex and Shadow Ball on Shadow Chandelure. And then in spot number 6, we have Mega Houndoom. Obviously, we have already had a couple more recommendations if you're using Megas strictly for the attacker purpose, which I do not recommend. I always try to multi-purpose if possible, using a charged attack that will be effective against the Pokemon and the XL Candy typing to match to be able to get you at that Mega level 3, the optimized XL Candy coming from here. And then we have the Hydreigon, which is going to be a budget counter, Bite and Brutal Swing in spot number 7. We have had the Dino Calm Day, so you guys should be perfectly good with this Pokemon. And then in spot number 8, we actually have the Shadow Mewtwo with the Psycho Cut as well as Shadow Ball. In spot 9, we are going to get the Shadow Claw and Shadow Force on the Giratina Origin form. In spot number 10, we have the Bite and the Brutal Swing on the Tyranitar, which is going to be another budget counter. In spot 11, Mega Gyarados. In spot 12, we have Mega Pinsir. In spot 13, we have Mega Absol. All of those I do not recommend because we already have more powerful Megas in their place. In spot 14, we're having the regular Chandelure, which is another budget counter with Hex and Shadow Ball. In spot 17, we have Snarl and Dark Pulse on the Darkrai. And then in spot 18, we're going to have Magical Leaf and Shadow Ball on the Mega Gardevoir. And that's the recommended Mega that I am suggesting. While it is in spot 18, that is not the most effective thing. The most effective thing that is a hybrid typing, dual type that's going to include Psychic, so that will make this Pokemon effective when going after Mewtwo, getting the XL Candy, and you can still use the Shadow Ball on this Gardevoir to be able to attack it. So guys, what are the weather conditions that we are looking out for the most? Well, in the windy weather, we're getting the Mewtwo that's going to be boosted, so that is going to be most effective for us there. Number 2, as far as getting after it with attackers, foggy weather will be able to take it down the fastest, so if you guys do have foggy weather there. The only other thing that I am going to recommend for you guys is be careful for Ice Beam if you are using a dragon, which is going to be Hydreigon, or also the Giratina, because Ice Beam is effective against dragons. Besides that, guys, we are pretty good to go, so get out there, be excited, have not only high hopes, have good energy about the weekend, and enjoy getting Mewtwo XL Candy even if you don't get one. For me, I am hunting the Shadow Purifiable Shundo Mewtwo so that I can have a regular Shundo Mewtwo, because I think that would really optimize my collection, and I would absolutely love that. So we'll see if we can get that. I don't know about you guys, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, and participation to next level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.